guys, welcome back to an Ohio 7. I am half of your host, Angela.
I'm Gabby.
And we time traveled all the way to freaking, what is this month? April. We time traveled to April. Skip March, daylight savings went crazy on us. But happy to be here.
Happy to be here. I don't know if you've noticed, but I made these delicious espresso martinis.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
And I feel like part of the reason is because we're in recession again, boys.
Recession.
It's happened.
Time.
We're drinking at home. We're cooking at home. Last summer, I feel like during this time last year, we're gonna be Hampton summer, rich girl summer. And you know what? That was a great thought. We spent a lot of money on Aperol Spritzes. I tried oysters for the first time. Big things happened. Didn't make it out to the Hamptons.
Did not make it out to the
Didn't make it out to the Hamptons. That was ambitious.
I went the year before, so I can say I've been.
You've been. Didn't do that either. But this year I think we spoke about it, and just to jump right in it, it's white trash summer again.
Oh yeah, white trash summer.
We've recessed so far. We've recessed back to 2020.
Yeah.
White trash summer is back. Trying to be really gross. We're drinking Natty Lights on the porch. I'm publicly drinking out of a brown bag. I'm wearing the same shirt 3 days in a row.
I've been wearing the same pants like all week. So.
I don't
I'm
care.
not wearing any.
We're doing that. I'm everything I'm gonna eat is gonna be outside.
Oh, in the park.
In the park. I'm just gonna sit because the park's free.
The park is free.
Park is free.
Going to the park. Park's
yeah.
free. And we're buying our drinks.
Coney Island.
We're bringing them there. We're going to Coney Island because Coney Island's basically free. If you
Coney
really
Island's
think about
basically free, and it's dirty, which is like, Coney Island's the Hamptons for white trash summer. Yeah. So I feel like it's good. It's good. I'm gonna eat hot dogs. I'm gonna sit on that nasty, crusty, dusty beach. It's gonna be a good time. And the funny thing is, I'm actually going to the Hamptons this summer. But it's still gonna be white trash summer. It's gonna be Hampton summer for them, but it's still gonna be white trash summer for me.
Everything she just said was bullshit.
No, it wasn't.
And
I'm gonna do all those
Hamptons
things.
And she just so happens to invite me, I too will go. But that's if she invites me.
I can't invite you. It's not my house.
Okay, I'm gonna become really good friends with whose ever house it is, and I'll go to the Hamptons.
One rule.
Hi, bestie. If you're watching, I love you.
One rule of living in New York is you have to have one friend that has a house in the Hamptons.
Right, I did, and she was like in her 70s, and then we stopped working on the show together, and then we fell out of touch.
R.I.P.
Tough times.
But it's like, I don't know how it happens. I don't know. It's like everyone finds one. It's like when you move here, you're given one. Like, they're like, here's your designated person who has a house in the Hamptons.
Super rich friend who has a really nice house in the Hamptons.
Right. We still Venmo each other for the bill, so it's fine.
Right.
And you know what?
I don't use them.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're friends. They're real friends. And then, it never comes out very quickly that somebody has a house in the Hamptons.
Mm-hmm.
What they'll say is, I'm from Long Island. That's always, I'm from Long Island.
And at first I go, ooh. And then they're like, oh, I'm from the Hamptons. Ooh.
Yeah, they're like, because nobody likes to say, like, here's what I've learned, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
People with money do not want to tell you that they have money. That you couldn't squeeze that information. They say, I do okay. And I'm like, that motherfucker's so wealthy.
Loaded.
But those people that are like, yeah, like, I make really good money. I'm doing this. Flashy cars, flashy watches.
You brought Supreme in Chinatown.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
No. But that's the thing. Like, the people that are like, designer this, designer that. There's a threshold.
Well, isn't that what's like quiet luxury? Like, anyone who has a lot of money usually is just wearing like black jeans and a white shirt.
Yeah.
But it's like by this expensive ass brand.
They're like, the shirt was $550.
Yeah, for a white tee.
It's made of Egyptian cotton.
Yeah. So like, and that's quiet luxury. But if they have the brands all over them, broke.
This is like a real thing. The quiet luxury is a sign of recession.
Mm-hmm.
Because it involves you having to buy less.
Mm-hmm.
So people like these like fast fashion or these like quick trend things, the turnovers.
Right.
They don't work because obviously people just want staple pieces that they can maneuver around. That's expensive. And they look nice. So they rebrand it as quiet luxury.
Right.
And then on top of it, they call it like wealthy blonde or whatever, when like people have like the natural like brownish blonde hair because people can't afford to get their hair done anymore. So they're going back to their natural colors. So that's why you're seeing, you know, people start to go back to their natural hair colors, letting the blonde grow out. And yeah, there's like a bunch of really interesting trends, which we talked about this last year about like pop becoming big.
Right.
And pop being like a really big, like pop's back, and we know that because recession's happening. And it's the same thing with everything to do with like fashion and stuff. Like it all plays. And like they said that maxi skirts, every time there's an increase in the sale of maxi skirts, which have gone up in the last, I think it was like upwards of like 300% in the last year. And lipstick, those two categories are the two highest defining things of a recession about to happen, which is nuts because every single huge dip has followed by these exact same fashion trends and sales.
Whoa. My mind is blown. Confirmed recession.
Which is scary, but it's also, you know, it's
taxes are at an all-time high.
Yeah, it's just
history.
it's crazy. Like it's crazy being an adult, and actually like when we were kids, the first really big one, it was like
I was like, Mom, what are you worried about? Shut up. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese, bitch. And I would never call my mom a bitch.
Maybe when she wasn't 7.
When I was 7, I would never call my mom a bitch.
But it's so interesting, like remembering watching it through the lens when we were like kids to now.
Right.
And like watching it as adults and being like, I get why y'all were so stressed. This shit is stressful.
I was gliding through 2008, not a problem in the world. I was listening to TikTok by Kesha. I was listening to
because they have to keep it up. You know,
right.
We got to keep it up. But yeah, it's so funny, and I bet any of you girls or boys or
I mean most of our watchers
any
are
of you
men.
people out there,
men.
You know, you're starting to look, and you're like, oh man, I'm starting to notice that those things, like yeah, like I am letting my hair grow out. And you do it without even realizing it,
right? And
it's so funny. Like TikTok's a huge show of that, and that's even just like patterns. Gingham stripes are always in, but like we don't have any crazy patterns that have really come out this year that people are obsessed with because people don't want to buy those fast fashion things.
We need stable pieces. We need stable
pieces that are gonna last us for the next 3 years through this.
All of a sudden I'm into minimalism. Like
yeah, no, but it's real. It's like, you know, spending more money on a good piece that you know you're gonna wear. Like I bought this skirt and it was kind of expensive. I was like, I wear it like 3 times a week. I wear it 3 times a week.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like
I wear the same pants like every single day.
Yeah, you know, you wear what works.
Right.
Did you ever watch Idiocracy?
No. What? I don't think so.
Okay, no, that's like a famous. It's a famous movie, and it's so funny because it came out maybe like 20 years ago, maybe less than that. Actually, probably about 20 years ago now. And it was such a big deal because people were like, this movie is so ridiculous. So like essentially the plot of the movie is that in the future only like dummies are reproducing. Like none of the smart people are reproducing anymore. So like eventually everyone's just an idiot. And this guy ends up, I think he goes into the future because the world is dying. Like some crazy shit. He goes to the future and all of a sudden he's the smartest person alive.
Wait,
and everyone wears Crocs.
This is where Crocs originated. I know this movie because this is where the Crocs originated.
This is where Crocs originated.
From the costume design from it.
Yes. They literally were like
that. And I have watched this movie.
Yeah,
Maya Rudolph is in it?
Yes. They're like, we want the dumbest, cheapest shoe that nobody would ever wear, like easy to wear. And they're like, perfect, Crocs. And like that is where Crocs originated.
And then everyone was like, bam, 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 Crocs. We're wearing them for every function.
Everyone is attached to a screen. Everyone has logos everywhere for no, like everyone's just wearing logos for no reason.
Right.
It's hilarious, and it's really funny like how much they predicted that, because like in the early 2000s, like people were kind of starting to wear logos. Popped off again in like the 2008, 2009, 2010.
Right.
And then I think it came back, but now people are like, it's quiet luxury.
Well, so the history behind logos, I love the history of fashion. Is that when like Tommy Hilfiger and brands like that were trying to come up, is they would go into black neighborhoods and they would give just like black people, he would give black people his clothes, and they would have these giant logos so that people would see and that they would become big. And so, I mean, I will say maybe white people were using black people to exploitation. That is technically what it was. But that's how brands, like, that's why they have those big ass brands and like all the 90s stuff is like because they're just trying to get people to wear their shit.
Look, to know, figure it out, which is like kind of genius. I feel like you can only rock that like once or twice. Like you can only get away with doing that like once in a lifetime. That was a once in a lifetime idea.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were like,
because
do this.
We didn't really have, like, there wasn't very many means for advertisement. Like they couldn't go on TikTok and be like, this is my brand. I'm starting my new brand.
My
Please.
TikTok shop?
Yeah.
My TikTok shop.
Find it in the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's true though. Yeah,
so,
I guess we always think like, you know, there used to be social media all the time.
Right.
Better days. You
better
ask
days.
me. Fucking better days. I deleted my Instagram. Again.
Not me.
I deleted my TikTok. That's been gone.
Not me. I still send Gabby TikToks because I know every couple months she re-downloads it.
I do.
So
I don't know it for like a little bit.
I still think of her.
I know, and I'm like, oh, and then I've got like an arsenal of things to go through, and I'm like, but right now, I feel like social media just makes me mentally ill.
It makes me so unproductive. Puts a smile on my face. Although I will say that I've been using it a lot less lately because I'm a producer now.
She producing.
I've been producing the same song for like 2 months. But I've not been on social media that much because I've been tapping into my I would say talents, but I'm not good at it. So
no, but I mean you're using other means of self-expression.
Right.
I think that social media allows you to have the easiest means of self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just does. It gives you the easiest platform. It gives you, you know, templates and all of these things to showcase who you are. And I feel like it's so common that everyone uses it. Like everyone has social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where a lot of people feel the most comfortable. It's really hard to go out and show your art and try your art and do all these things.
Right.
And yeah, I felt like that's where I was at. I'm like on my phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like between conversations. I'm like, why am I on my phone between conversations? Like I can just sit here. Let me just sit. Because like what am I doing? Why do I constantly need to be? I'm like, but this is what I mean about this whole new age. Like I think that this is what the government wants. And I say that to be funny, but I'm also serious.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because you're distracted by your phones, by these easy means, we stop creating.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, yes, I do think that social media has the opportunity to like create all these like really wonderful facets of information and art and sharing, and it can be a really amazing thing. But also you gotta make the art. So stop scrolling and make the fucking art.
Stop scrolling and make the art. I will say I've always wanted to make music.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been really interested in it. And you know, over the years, like we've tried to do it. Like we've been like, let's start a band. Let's do this. Like been very passionate about it and just not done it. And I feel like I've just had that feeling my whole life of just like wanting to do it, but not doing it, or feeling like I needed other people to do it and whatnot. And recently I've been really inspired by like Doechii, Tyler, and like Malcolm Todd, of just like sitting in your fucking room, locking yourself in and just like making the shit, and then being like, don't waste your potential. Like if it's bad and it sucks, like just fucking still put it out. Like just still do it. It's not for everyone else, it's for you. And I'm like, this so right, because it is for me. Like it's something I've wanted to do forever. So like why would I not do it? Because I'm afraid of what other people think about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like most people don't like their art. Most people, because you can see all the flaws. You know exactly where your fuck ups are. Other people can't see that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's also like, just fucking do it. Like, I don't know. I guess we were talking about like getting older. Mm-hmm. My birthday's approaching. I'm turning 26.
Happy birthday.
Which means I'm losing my health insurance.
Oh no, she gotta get
a treacherous year, y'all. I gotta get all my doctor's appointments in the next like literally month.
And you better get into it. I'm telling you.
I know.
Get into it now.
I'm gonna get a whole search and seizure all over this thing. All over it.
I'm sick.
Yeah, doing it.
Okay, so like, how do you feel like this past year has gone, and how do you feel like it is like leading up to the big 2-6?
Hardest year of my life, by far.
Deadass.
Like this year has tested me. I feel like we keep talking about that. I want to keep it positive, because I think the thing is that I realized I'm like I think that social media has been a big thing, and I've been leaning on that for that, like what do they call it, like instant gratification,
right?
And like, I just realized something, and it's, you're not supposed to feel good all the time.
I feel good all the time. I don't know what to
You're
say.
just, but like, you're not supposed to, you know, sometimes you just are. Like, you don't need to have this like constant satisfaction coming in from all these different areas. Like, sometimes it's okay to just like sit and like be nothing, do nothing.
Yeah.
And when you do nothing, it gives you ideas to do something. Like,
right.
And so I think that I've really leaned into that because I've like work had slowed down, and I was kind of like, damn, I'm spending a lot of time at home. And now I'm just kind of getting back into like, you know, my art, getting back into that, finding new tools to use it and do it. Same thing with you. I've been learning chess again.
You last night sitting at the table. What?
I was getting so mad.
Like, I'm like,
I'm
Gabby,
gonna be
what's going on?
I'm gonna be a chess master, and I not really, but I honestly think it's so fun, and I can play it on my phone.
Right.
You can also read books on your phone, which we forget that you can do. I hate reading books on the phone. I don't like it either, but I'm like, I read shit on Instagram all the time, so how is this any different? I was like, reading, it's not any different.
I think I lose my words easier on a phone.
That's fair though. That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way when you're reading Instagram though?
I don't really read too many things on Instagram.
You don't read the paragraphs that are like on the photos?
No.
You're just seeing a photo of a paragraph?
If I see a photo of a
paragraph, I've seen you sent me the ones with the manifesting, and it'll be this fucking ADHD mess of paragraph.
And I'm zooming in word for word.
I'm like,
it took me a minute and 30 seconds to read it. Cut me some fucking slack, brother. Like,
but my point is that this year it's gonna be white trash summer. I think we just gotta get back to the basics, baby. Back to the basics. Fuck your phone. We're getting in the dirt.
Like we wrap around.
I'm rolling around in the grass. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna have some serious allergies from how much time I'm gonna be spending outside.
Actually, I'm literally allergic to the grass, so I will not be rolling around in it, but I will be sitting on a blanket on top of the grass.
We'll be rolling around in the grass.
Clock it.
Period.
Get into it.
Twisted teas. Kidding. Can't do that anymore. But
no twisted tea. Ew. What do you leave? No, like, you're my little brother.
I'm not even a Miller High Life. I'm a Coors Banquet kind of gal.
I'm an Aperol Spritz kind of girly. Or like tequila. That's my jam.
Tequila. I hate tequila. Ooh.
The other day, Gabby and I we went out to dinner, and we went and got like a shot afterwards because we were waiting for the train, like any normal person would do. And Gabby hates tequila, and I hate vodka. Both clear. So we go to the bartender. We're like, can we get a shot of tequila and we can get a shot of vodka, please?
$15 later each. It was $15 each.
What do you mean? Well, tequila is $15.
I'm like, that bottle costs $6. I know.
Don't piss me off. So Gabby and I get our drinks. We go to do our shots, and then we take our shot, and I was like, ugh, that is the worst tequila I've literally ever had in my life. And Gabby's like, oh, that's the worst vodka I've ever had in my life.
And then I was like, wait, that wasn't fucking vodka. It's crazy what the mind does, because I was choking. It was horrible.
It was so bad, and I was like, this can't be right. And I was like, oh my God, I think I just took vodka. And it really took me back to like freshman year of high school.
Are you saying that's weird that I drink vodka?
Yeah.
I think it's weird that you drink well tequila. I would literally never drink well tequila.
What? Why?
Because well tequila is horrible.
Oh, and
regular tequila is fine. Like, okay, like a good tequila, sure. But like, well tequila is so significantly worse than a good tequila. All vodka tastes the same. It tastes bad. In every context, in every situation, it just tastes like vodka. There's no difference. It comes from potatoes. It all tastes the same. Potatoes are the same always.
Except my potatoes that she didn't eat last night. She didn't like them.
I did not like them.
She took one bite.
Funny enough, I don't love potatoes that much.
She said, are those potatoes done? And then she had one bite. And I was like,
I had a couple bites.
Must not have liked them. Anywho, we're getting off topic now. What was the topic? I don't really know.
We're talking about white trash summer.
White trash.
Brown bagging it on the fucking subway.
Brown bagging on the subway.
Socks with sandals.
No, you won't catch me doing that.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
I don't be wearing sandals in the city.
With socks, it's okay.
Nope. Wrong.
Okay, mama. What? You're supposed to be restarting.
And another thing about white trash summer is Gabby and I went to a baseball game the other day, which we will be doing quite frequently this summer. We're going to be getting into it. We'll be locking in. We went to the best Yankees game probably literally ever.
Literally ever.
And it was so exciting. Shout out to Gabby's boyfriend for taking us. Love you. Heart. Appreciate that. Shout out to Alex's friend who didn't go. Hope the opera was good. It was iconic. It was legendary, and it would have been even more legendary had Gabby and I
not been getting beers at the time.
Let me tell you about how a little bit salty I was about this. And not that salty because I appreciate Gabby's boyfriend. So it was a Brewers game versus the Yankees. And Gabby's boyfriend had us watch the Brewers go up to bat first. We watched. Ain't nothing happened. Very boring. Next, he's like, all right, Yankees are up to bat. You guys can go get the drinks. And mind you, her sweet boyfriend had bought the tickets. So we were like, yes, of course. Let's go do that.
Okay, but there's no way that any of us could have predicted that was going to happen.
No
there was
way.
There was no realm in any kind of sports bet that could have been made that anyone was going to think that was going to happen. We're in the bathroom.
We walk up in the bathroom. We hear cheering. We're like, oh.
But like screaming. People are losing their fucking minds. And I'm like pulling my undies up, pulling my chonies up. And I'm like busting out of the bathroom. I'm quickly washing my hands. I'm like, Angela, get out of the fucking bathroom. As I do every time that I'm in a rush. And we run out. And I don't know what's going on. But everyone's losing their mind. We're on the TV. And they're like, they just hit their second home run. So we had their first home run when we were in the pisser.
And in the pisser.
Their second home run when we were outside, and then they had a third home run in their first 3 pitches, which has never happened in the history of baseball. So as horribly upset I was about the fact that I didn't get to be there for that exact moment, which was a bummer.
Right.
I was up a pair of brand new Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had dropped them in the chaos, and I'm like standing there with them. Everyone's cheering. I'm standing there with these Ray-Bans because I'm like, somebody's gonna break these. And I'm like, are these yours? Are these yours? Are these yours? And nobody claimed them. So I have them now. So not only did I miss it, but am I up a pair of $150 Ray-Ban sunglasses? Also, yes.
Clock it. And honestly, I will say, I think it would have been fun to be able to like see it from like where our seats were, because we did have really good seats.
Yeah, we did have great
shout out to Gabby's boyfriend. And but being up there, like the vibe up like in like the snack deck area was so fun and crazy. Like people were literally bouncing off the walls. That's how Gabby came up on them glasses. Someone literally flung his body up the wall, Spider-Man'd up that bitch, did a backflip. Like I'm walking around thinking I'm at the circus. Like the shit is crazy. It was so fun.
It was great. We got 9 home runs, and then they were like, it was really funny because they had like beat some records or tied some records out like since like first time like in the 80s,
right?
Cincinnati Reds, and they were like, yeah, it was because the wind. And then we were like, okay, but the Brewers had the same wind. Like they weren't like they weren't batting from opposite sides of the fucking field. I was like, what the fuck are we even talking about right now?
The wind was only picking up when the Yankees went.
No, obviously, it just happened to be like every 13 minutes.
And then they're like, the Yankees' bats are too big. They move the fucking bulge down. Okay, move your bulge.
Move your bulge down. They didn't move their bulges first.
Yeah, fuck out of here. It still meets regulations. Get into it. Work smarter, not harder.
I think this has been a year of us trying to get into sports. But now that baseball season's back up, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, I see my boy Chaz. Shout out my Jazz. Whoa. Shout out Jazz Chisholm. Whoa, Junior. That's my boy. He's icy. Icy. Aaron Rodgers got the fattest ass out there.
Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, Aaron Judge. Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be playing football anymore.
No, Aaron Judge. Okay, but let me tell you something, because, like, by the way,
Rodgers?
really, the whole thing that I liked about baseball is I could get drunk and eat hot dogs. That became the main goal, but then somewhere along the way, I actually started to like it. And okay, so we were like pretty close to the we were like on the outer field, but I don't know where we were exactly.
We were like, this is the diamond, right? Okay. And we were like behind.
We were by center field.
Right field.
Yeah.
Right
center
field is center of the field.
Yeah, we're on the right side of the field. And Aaron Judge was standing there, and I'm like, damn, are we like really close? And then Alex is like, oh no, he's just really big.
The man's
and
like
I was like,
6'5",
what?
6'8"?
He's 6'8", and he's just like beefy. And so like when he's standing on the field, you're like, damn, I'm really close. And like, yeah, we were close, but we weren't as close as we thought we were, because that man just looks like he was on the photo and he was just blown up and set there. Because then he walked up to Jazz, who we looked up later. He's like
5'11".
So he's 5'10". You know the rules.
He's 5'9".
And like this man, it looked like he could just pick him up with his hand and just fucking lift him over his head with one arm. I was like, this isn't nuts. Y'all lucky he didn't decide to go into football.
Honestly, yeah.
Also, craziest ass I've ever seen on a man.
Fattest.
Like, I know that there are New York women going to their doctors being like, I want a BBL. And then they show a picture of Aaron Judge. Picture right here.
This is what I want. Picture right here. It will be in my hand.
Right here.
I don't know how. It will be in my hand
probably like that, right?
Hopefully that looks good. Yeah, I can't wait for baseball season. I'm very pumped. I'm going to the Sworn Enemies game.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But I need things to do when I'm out there. So another thing that's really exciting that happened to me, Gabby didn't ask, but I'll tell you guys anyway.
No, ask. Wait. Start over. Ange, what else you got new? No, wait, that's me starting over.
Okay.
Ange, what else is new?
So what else is new is, thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. Is that I worked on a short film a couple years ago. By a couple years ago, I mean a year and a half, maybe 2. And it got into some film festivals, Las Vegas Black Film Festival and Beyond Hollywood Film Festival. Very excited about it. It's going to be very bumping, very fun. I'm going to be in Vegas for like 4 days.
Nutty.
3 or 4 days. I know. I'm about to hit the fucking casino.
You got to go in the off strip. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the old Vegas. The old Vegas strip is supposed to be super fun.
I'm going to do it all. I don't know. I didn't
wait till you pay $20 for Jack and Coke, because they don't sell well there.
No, apparently their drinks are free there. Free Jack and Cokes.
Who told you that?
Melvin.
What did?
No. Maybe it was Jake. Somebody told me. Just very recently said that
so they'll come around, like you gamble and they'll come around and they'll take your order. There'll be girls that'll come around and take your order, but you have to wait there. It's like a whole weird thing. It is technically free, but it is weird, and you have to stay at that slot machine, which is how they get you. It's not free because you still have to play at the slot machine.
I'm playing so slow. I'm literally
no, you're gonna have to. They're like, that's how they give you that's how you get the free drinks.
I can't be trusted to go to the casino. First of all, I don't know how to, like, what do I bet on?
You remember when we went to this casino with my parents?
I had the time of my life.
I hated it. I hate the casinos.
I don't get it. I was up 300 and I left with 150. What the hell?
No, that was the funniest. So my parents were like, they're like, okay, Ange, okay, Gab, here's $100 to go gamble with. Because my parents know damn well I do not gamble with my own money. I just don't. I think it's a waste, and I'm not a lucky girl when it comes to gambling.
I'm a lucky girl.
Which I think is great. I think some people really enjoy it. I don't, because I could either gamble away $100 or I could buy myself a really nice pair of shoes that I will 100% own.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if if my parents are going to give me money for anything, just give me the money. Just give me the money and give me the money. What do I need to gamble it for? And that's the thing, is like, my parents will be like, Angela, we're not just going to give you money, but they'll give me money to gamble.
What is that?
That doesn't make any damn sense.
So this was one of those nights. So it was probably one of our last nights there.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents each gave us like $100, and me and Ange were both up. We had covered our rent. We had both we had probably made each, like, I don't know, at one point, I think at the height, you and I combined, it was like $1,000.
Yeah,
and then my parents were like, okay, we're gonna stop. It's like we just could not stop winning.
Right.
And I was like, okay, huddle together. I'm like, we need to stop. We'll go sit somewhere. And then my parents were like, no, we've only been here for like an hour. We're probably gonna be here for like an hour more. Like, okay, so I think you and I sat off somewhere for a little bit, and then we're like, we just played like a few more games.
Mistake.
And then we just kept losing, and you're trying to win it back because you're like, fuck, I just lost that. We ended up leaving with maybe $300 between the both of us. And that's generous. It was maybe more like $200. I think we ended up leaving each with at least $100, which is what we came there with.
Right.
And I was so mad, and I was like, this is a lesson learned. I don't know why I will never gamble again.
I'm never gambling again.
And I'm like, you know what? That wasn't fun. I hated that. I'm like, I feel like a loser because I just lost it.
Gabby, you're not a loser.
I know, but in that moment, I was.
You were losing.
In that moment, I was a loser.
You were losing.
I was sitting there and I was like, Mom, I lost all my money.
She said, actually, like, Gabby, it's my money.
I'm like, right. I'm like, do I have to give it back?
Do I have to give it? She's like, give it back for losing.
I know. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. So anyway,
great.
So yeah, I'll be in Vegas, and I'm giving myself a $50 limit. Like, I think that I'm only gonna bet $50, and I'm gonna call it a day just for the experience. And if I go up, there'll be no coming down. That'll be it for me. And then I'm going to LA for, I think, like 7 days. So that'll be fun. That's why we're going to the Enemies game. But we're going to the film festival out there. Very excited. We're going to go to Issa Rae's new rooftop bar. We're really pumped about.
Nice.
There'll be a whole group of us. I feel bad for my guy friends because it's like me, my friend Melvin, and his friend Sam. And it's going to be me and them for 2 weeks.
Why do you feel bad for him?
Because I'm annoying. You ever see that episode of Abbott where Zach Fox is like, he's like, and if I put my mind to it, I can be really annoying. That's me.
Yeah, Savannah puts her mind. She never stopped. She's like, I don't even have to put my mind to it.
I don't even have to put my mind to it.
It's happening right now.
Gabby gets mad because I was singing song lyrics out loud yesterday.
I feel like that's been a common theme that I've mentioned multiple times during this podcast.
I think it's very nice. I think it's very cute.
Because you don't have to hear it. And this is what I told her yesterday. It would be a different freaking story because she wears her headphones, right? And like Ange doesn't know how loud she's being. She's got her fucking whatever those headphones are.
My ears in.
And she'll be listening to like a Meg song or like a Doechii song, and she'll sing like every 3 words.
And she was getting annoyed by it, but I said, Gabby, I don't say the N word, so I can't. I have to skip the words. And sometimes they say the N word back to back to back to back to back. So
not in every song though. It is you do the 3. You're like, you do the 3 words, you get it out, then you take a little break, and then you give it another 3 words, get it out, take another break.
Because I'm vibing.
Oh, listen,
I'm vibing.
Nobody's saying that you can't vibe. I'm just saying that it annoys me. I'm not saying you have to stop doing it. I'm just saying that I'm putting on my headphones and I'm disassociating for like 30, 40 minutes. And I feel like that's fair.
My chest is hurting. My feet can't fall out of... That's how I feel when you say I'm annoying.
I didn't say you were annoying. I was saying that's annoying.
All right, welcome back to an Ohio 7. We're back here with my girl Billie Eilish, and we're about to do our Ohio 7 rankings. Billie, what is the Ohio 7 ranking?
Because I'm wearing a jersey.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but you got the makeups like hers too. You're eating. You got all the jewelries.
I do. You know, I got I got bangs again.
The banging.
That's how you know we're in a recession. I'm like fully committing to this because I'm like, fuck, I gotta get bangs again. It's the only thing that makes sense. Bank account's running dry. Gotta get the bangs.
Honestly, you're right because I've been wearing my afro and my natural hair out more. We are in a recession.
No, this is a real thing.
Anyway,
Ohio 7s.
What's an Ohio 7 outfit costume for those who don't know?
An Ohio 7 is as follows.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man. That's very important. It's a man who what I feel like a typical Ohio man would wear, which is Ohio State t-shirt, cargo shorts that are a little too long, and sneakers and short ankle socks.
Put 2.
So the idea is we put any kind of attractive man into that fit.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still attractive, or do they get away with being kind of ugly? because they can dress well. Right. And the reason it's important, because I feel like we've gotten away from this too. I always tell people that, and they're like, "Oh man, you're calling men ugly." I'm like, "Yes." So, and then we go on to the next topic, which is
honestly so fair, because you will have the boofiest looking man being like, "I just don't understand why women aren't beautiful these days. They have no class."
No, it's funny because like the standard of women is just so ridiculously high, but the fucking standard for men is on the floor. So this is a reminder that men, shut up. You all used to go to war. Don't forget that. You all used to go to war and watch your best friends die. And then, you know what? Dating a woman didn't seem so bad. Now you guys are like, "I just don't know. I'm emotionally ready."
She just doesn't feel like, I just don't feel the
I don't feel the connection,
the chemistry. Like, she's not like my boys for real.
And it's like, you know what, man? That's a great point. Just date your boys. It's okay to be gay. It's 2025.
2025. Time to date your boys.
Honestly,
get off the market.
Get off the market.
Stop wasting bitches' times.
Just kiss a little. You'll get over the mustache. We all had to do that.
What?
Get over the mustache.
Oh,
the tickly mustache.
I still got men getting over my mustache. So
exactly. It's 2025.
2025. Can't get enough of this mustache.
Okay, that was it. I keep going on these tangents.
I know, it's okay.
So have 7. Angela, who's your draft pick?
My draft pick for the week is Sir Malcolm Todd. We've been singing Chest Pain all day, but he also just released his album today. I'm very pumped. It's very good. Gabby said it sounds like sad boy music.
It does. It sounds a little emo-y.
This album, I will say, is a little emo sad boy.
I was like, this had it on. I was like,
from first listen. But
oh no.
I love. We're gonna let Gabby do her ranking first.
Is he British?
Is he British? No.
Why is he dressed like that?
Like what? What photo are you looking at? Oh, that's early Malcolm Todd.
I know. Why does he have like the bloke haircut though? And then he got a skinhead haircut. I'm giving this man. Here's the thing. You put him in the Ohio uniform,
he's cooked.
This man's a 4.
My boy is cooked.
A 4 is kind of generous. I'd say he's more like a 3. How tall is he?
Tall. The man's tall. I saw him in concert last year.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
And he was like standing right in front of me, and I was like, whoa.
Standing right in front of me. No, like a 4. That was weird. I didn't like it.
I fear if Sir Malcolm Todd was standing in the Ohio uniform at the bar, he's just a little too lanky. Cargo shorts are probably going to be a little too short on him. It's going to look a little crazy. I think I'm going to have to side with my girl Gabby on this one. It's going to be a 5 for me. And I
didn't say a 5.
Love Malcolm Todd. Oh, well, she said 4, but
I said 4. No, I want to make sure that we all know that I did not give that man a 50%, because I didn't.
But he's incredibly talented.
Sure.
You wouldn't know that.
But you can't see that in his Ohio uniform.
I know.
You don't know any of that.
I know.
You're just looking at him. You look at that boofy ass dude.
I'm so sorry. He looks better with the buzz cut though, I will say. The
dude in that with the buzz cut in the Ohio uniform, he looks like a school shooter.
I said, what bloke is this? Dress smart like a London bloke.
Yeah. 4 is generous.
Okay, it's fine.
It's like a 3.75. 4.
And I'm gonna stick with 5.
All right, are you ready for mine?
I'm ready.
On the topic of recession, I wanted to bring back somebody that we don't see often, and it's Taylor Lautner from 2008, The Twilight Saga.
Honestly, pop icon. If you think about it, like not pop music.
He'll be famous
like,
forever.
Culture icon.
No, he is. He's great, and he just seems like a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
But we put him in the Ohio uniform, which is really close to what he wore
today.
Huh?
Today?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about like Twilight?
No, we got it. We'll talk about Twilight.
Twilight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like New Moon. Because Twilight, he had the beautiful long hair. I loved the long hair.
Oh, is that what
I
he
hated
looked like?
when they cut
long
it.
Hair?
I liked him with long hair, but he was a teenager then, so we're not going to rank him.
So in New Moon, what did his hair look like?
He had short hair. He cut it.
Oh.
He had short hair.
How short? Like a bob?
No. It was like it was like a tight haircut. It looked good.
Okay.
It's like what he normally has now. Like
I'm just go ahead and look this up.
Yeah. So Ohio uniform. I feel like the Ohio uniform isn't really far from what he wore in New Moon, so I feel like I'm used to looking at him in it. But he's got a great smile and a really cute face.
Images, Taylor Lautner. See now. In
That's New Moon, the one with the short hair. He eats. He's got a good face. Yep. I'm gonna give him an Ohio 8. I feel like he's kind of broy enough. Like, he never dressed good to begin with, so I feel like you seeing him in that outfit wouldn't be that off-putting.
How do you know what he dressed like? He's
never wearing
a shirt.
He's wearing jorts. Look, go click on the picture of the jorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's so close to just cargo shorts. And sneakers with short socks. Like, I've already seen him in it. It's not shocking when I imagine him in it.
It's
in
signed.
The Ohio uniform.
I think the best part is that it's signed. That's funny. I'll include that here.
Yeah, no, you definitely gotta include that. But I don't know. I think my man's sexy, so I'm gonna give him an 8. I think that he's got a good face. He's got beautiful teeth.
I think
he got beautiful teeth.
Beautiful. What? How does Glorilla? You know, I fucking love Glorilla. I've been having these conversations with Glorilla in my brain.
Don't tell people that, Angela.
And she'll be talking to me, and she'll be like, "You got a beautiful spirit." Like, she's like my hype man in my brain. Girl, you looking beautiful today. And this man, he's looking beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like 2008 Taylor Lautner deserves an 8.
Okay, that's very fair. I'm gonna give him. Honestly, I think the bitches would have been all over him in Ohio.
No, all over
looking
him.
Like that,
with
Chiseled?
A beautiful face like that.
With a beautiful face, a good cut, clean shave, chiseled abs.
That's what I'm saying. You can get away
Look
with
at those. What are the men? Men love these. Honestly, he's getting fucked by dudes too.
That's what I'm saying.
Traps. He's got good traps.
In Ohio, like, I don't know. I think like doesn't matter what he's wearing because he is just a good looking person.
Right. And so
that's the point.
I'm gonna give him a 9.
Give him a 9. I'm gonna raise it up to a 9.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think
I'll take it up to a 9.
Because I think he would probably be the heartthrob of the town.
He would be. Look at him. Little tan and shit.
Yeah, like he's playing my guess.
Even when he was like in the tie, pull up that picture.
In the tie. Oh. You know, long I love hair. A man with long hair.
So smash. Cute.
Smash.
So
smash,
cute.
Smash.
Like what?
Like, and mind you, I'm saying smash as if I was the age of when he filmed this. But yeah. And you know I love a man with a tie too.
I know.
Long hair
so,
and a tie.
So
smash,
cute.
smash.
Yeah. So cute. So I'm gonna, that man's a 9. That man's a 9.
A 9.
The man's getting my man's versatile. He's getting laid by like the weirdo baddies and then just the regular baddies.
Yeah, he's imprinting on bitches.
Yeah, that's my guy. I feel like
yeah.
And I gotta stick with the theme, you know?
That was a good one. So we got men on both ends of the spectrum today. And today,
but two
the
girls
dark man
who
wins.
Are on the spectrum.
What? Oh. Anyway, okay, cool.
I'm not.
What?
You seen that video where the sister's like, my brother suffers from autism, and he's like, I don't suffer, I just have it.
That's funny. That's a good video.
All right, and on that note,
thank you guys for watching an Ohio 7 podcast. We will
be here when we're here.
Sometime.
We'll be here next time, whenever
like
that is.
It will pop up on your feed. You'll be like, oh my god, they're back.
Back again.
I'm gonna make these bitches rap again.
All right. Follow us at
_Ohio_7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Great rest of your whatever this is.
Yep. Bye. I can't understand my phone.